Can Mike hear me? It looks like Mike can hear me. So let's set it to hmm, okay. Can you hear me there? Okay. Alright. Okay. Alright, I have audio on the stream, and Jeremy, can you mute your mic? Of course, if you want to ask anything, then you can unmute. Um, Somebody else was supposed to join this stream, but we haven't heard from him. Uh, we're going to start in a minute, but let me send another message. Hey, you dear. I can't answer you, but we are live on YouTube. Yes, we are live on YouTube. Okay, so welcome to yet another streaming of the new sim racing title, Rennsport. So I've managed to get the issues that I'm having with force feed. I was having rather with force feedback fixed, and we are going to go through the Nürburgring. And we're going to do the Nürburgring because I'm a bit uh, confused by one of the corners. I hope you can see my mouse. This corner here is a lot different from in Gran Turismo Sport and in Assetto Corsa Competizione. It's a lot tighter here and requires you to slow down a whole lot more. I tried it out without slowing down as much as without slowing down so much, the same way I would in Assetto Corsa Competizione, and it just didn't work. I ended up spinning out and crashing. So it's okay. We will have a go and see what the drive is like. Oh goodness, I might have to restart the game because I'm just about to. I don't think it. I don't think the game is gonna recognize my my steering wheel. Go to track. No, it doesn't. I'm gonna have to restart the game. I'm sorry, everyone. Let's go back. Back to main menu. Apologies. Restart again. in. And so and it should be working now. So we're gonna get started. I'm driving the Porsche 911 996 GT3, I think. It's a new car. Only just released in ACC, I believe, and now also in Rennsport. So let's give it a whirl. Go to track. Yes, we have control. Everything is working. Let's get out of here. I have to say, one thing I really like about Rennsport, which I'm sure has the opportunity to change, is that there's no ideal line. You have to figure that out yourself. And because of that, I guess I've become a bit dependent on the ideal line. So because of that, I'm not quite feeling as confident as I would do in ACC. But I think this is a clear message that I need to turn off the ideal line. Oops, gone off. I'm sure I'm braking too soon there. But like I said, it's going to take some time to get used to driving without ideal line and a lot of practice. So this is the final hairpin where I think it's not quite representative as I'm used to, although I did get carried away there and brake a bit too late. So I was saying in the last spitting out there. I was saying in the last video I did that we recorded here that I'm not too sure about the graphics. Yeah, I'm not too sure about the graphics. They do seem a little bit grainy. But some of the best racing games pay a little less attention to graphics than games like Gran Turismo and those sorts of games. But these course simulators, they seem like they just focus on the dynamics, which we can't complain about. So the force feedback issue I was getting, I ay, ay. Late braking again. Yes, the force feedback issue I was getting last time, where the screen was spinning helter-skelter left and right. The moment it's off-center, it's trying to get to full lock. I haven't had that issue. And what I had to do was invert the force feedback. And I'll show you where I've done that. I think dynamically I do like it, it's nice. Yeah, so a whole load of braking going on there to try and get me around that chicane. So the best drivers, I think, are on average 10 seconds faster than that. 10-15 seconds faster than that. And I've never been, or I've never claimed to be anywhere near the best. I'm more of a part-time amateur racer. I don't have as much time as I like to race between work and kids. So best times I'm getting in ACC are about 2 minutes. And that's an invalid lap. Or maybe not. Bit hairy. Somebody's trying to join the stream. Just stop to let them in. Bear with me a moment. can't find them. Let me see if I can find who it was that was trying to log in on from the WhatsApp group. Try again. Okay. We will get back to it. So that's Jay, Joseph, and Yogwe. Admit. Hey Jay. Can't hear you. Can you hear me? Can't hear you. We're just gonna go back into Rennsport. If you sort out your audio, you can get back on. Just checking, Fermi, can you hear me? Or can you hear me, rather? Alright, so Jay, we can't hear you. If you're speaking, we can't hear you. So I'm just going to dive back into Rennsport, just do a few more laps. And there's a way to do that corner, but I'm just not getting it. Okay, so if I'm very honest, that's starting to get rather enjoyable. I do like that, and I think given time, you get used to it. Every sim is different in the way it interprets reality, and over time, you get used to this. It's just very nice. Looking at some of the information that you have on the screen, from the top left, you have, I imagine that would be race positions if you're in a race with your best lap, what lap you're on. Oh, I beg your pardon. Um, the interval between you and the next car, the car you're driving. So this is a Porsche 911 GT3 992. So that's the top left. In the middle, you can see how many frames per second you are achieving, how many milliseconds it's taking to ping your IP address, and then sector 1, 2, and 3 are, I think, purple for fastest lap, or fastest sector rather, green for better than the last one, and red for not as good as the last one. And then under that you can see color of the flag. Then your delta best and your predicted end your predicted end time based on how you drove in the last lap ahead of where you are now. So if I drive as well as I drove in the last lap, or rather in my best lap, considering all the stops I've just been making, I would end up at 352. But chances are I'm not going to drive as well, or even I might drive better. You never do the same thing twice. Well, you hardly do. So yeah, and then under that you have a red for being well above your predicted time. Sorry, being you have a red if your delta best is in not concentration. If your delta best is in red, so that means you're above 0 seconds between you and the car in front. If it's minus, then there's more than that 0 seconds ahead of the driver behind you. So that helps you track your position when you're racing. Then to the right you can very clearly see your position on the track, and it's a full-size track. Bottom left you have all of your lap times from this session, so that you can see how well you're doing in any given session. Shows you your current lap time, and that's good. So in the center you've got your dash instruments, you've got your lap, your gear, your tire pressures, oil temp and pressure, water temp and pressure, etc, etc. So to the bottom right you have on one side you have force feedback, tells you what your steering wheel is doing, tell you what your brake is doing, and your clutch, right, so that we can provide support. I'm talking rubbish. Tells you, I'm falling asleep there, you know. Gives you your brake and clutch and your force feedback, right? So you can see how much throttle you're putting in, how much brake you're putting in. You can see how much ABS, how much traction control you've got, and your fuel mix is also shown there. Not sure what BV is. I should investigate that. Anyway, you've got your tire pressures and your tire condition as well, and so that those percentages I believe are your wear rate, but then are they? No, they're not, because no, those are your temperatures. your tire temperatures on the outside, center of the tire and the inside. So depending on which side you're looking at, from the left it's outside, middle, inside. From the right it's inside, middle, outside, going from left to right. So that's a whole lot of information that you get there that will help you to race effectively. Um, and it's all very clear. It's well detailed. I'm just not too sure about the graphics when you're driving. I'm just looking at it now. When you're standing still, it's pretty good. But the moment you start moving, it does seem to reduce that quality level. Yeah, I can't see that high definition anymore. Looks like all I'm seeing is grainy images. Yeah. So, I've recently bought a Thrustmaster T300. I've recently bought a Thrustmaster T300 and I'm looking forward to trying out how that will work on, well, not just Rennsport but also ACC and GT7 rather. Seeing what everybody's been making a fuss about with belt-driven wheels. I use a Logitech D923 right now, which of course, as you know, is cog-driven. So let's see if belt drive is really what people say it is. Challenge I immediately foresee is that I'm going to need to upgrade the pedals to something that at least replicates, if not is, a load cell pedal. There are some things online that will help me to do that. I'll get stuck in, maybe do a video or two showing how to get it. At this point I think I'm just getting really tired. It's almost 11 o'clock at night and I think it's time for me to go to bed. Do apologize for earlier when I started talking nonsense. I was mixing up work and what I was talking about, the what's on the display, and